I'm Miranda Parrish with Prairie Quilt, and today I'm going to show you how to make these cute little Christmas tree napkins. The first thing that you want to do is to get a half yard of fabric. I usually like to get a little bit more because I'm going to cut an 18-inch circle. So I'm going to fold this in half and fold it again. So this is probably an 18.5-inch square. Now I like to use a cut around ruler. I'll show you that in a minute, but if you don't have that, then what you can do is just take a straight pin, measure your thread to make sure it's what you want, and then put it in the corner and mark like this so you will have a guideline to cut with. I'm lazy and I'd rather do it this way. Once you have that fold, just lay this on here. Decide what size you want. And cut away. So here I have a circle. And what I want very thin edge. Now that I have my half square, I'm going to put the rickrack on. I don't bother to pin that on. And what I want to do with this is to get right in the middle of that piece. This is 3/4 of an inch of rickrack, and you'll notice that this edge right here is going right up against the cut edge of the curve. I'm going to put my needle down in case I have to stop and readjust. If you're wanting to use wider rickrack, which also gives it a great look, you can use an adjustable foot. So here's one that has wider rickrack. So I use this foot. This is an adjustable gauge foot so that I can measure how far I want it and have a nice edge right here when I'm sewing. This is a great foff foot. On this one, I'm just using an OA or even a 1/4 inch foot, just so I get pretty close to the center of that. When I get ready to sew the two pieces of fabric together, I'm going to take a seam just a hair inside of the curve of what I've sewn here so that you will not see any of that stitching. Take you 6 1/8 yards of rickrack for your 8 napkins. Okay, now we have our rickrack sewn on, and remember we're going to go a little bit further in here when we get ready to sew the other one. So this is the side of the fabric that we want on top. So we're just going to lay this right here, and we will pin around and leave a small opening here. Alright, so I've got it pinned all the way around, and I've just put these 2 pins here just to remind me to leave that open here. So I can remove that now. And I'm going to do a 1/4 inch seam on this side. When you get to the corner, what I want you to do is just stop when it's just before that thread that you've sewn first. And then you'll sew along just to the left of that. That way none of your thread will show. I like to clip it every once in a while, every inch or so it turns over easier. And then on the corners, I actually make a little clip out. Now here's another little tool that I love, and that is this fabric folding pin. So I've got my line right here of where I'm going to sew that up. I'm just going to run this fabric folding pin on that line. Turn around and do it on the other side too. This is a great little tool that will help me finish this off. And what that actually does is where you have put that on there and you fold it, and it will stay folded. So you'll have a nice edge there. Okay, so now we're going to turn it inside out. And to turn it inside out, it's pretty easy. You don't even have to put your whole hand back in there. But we will need to get these little corners to where they're nice and square. So rather than use a pin and then pull a thread, we're just going to take this. This is called a purple thing. It just costs a few dollars. And it's wonderful because it has a curved edge and it's soft. So you can get that corner right out. Just like that. And then take it where your rickrack is and just run it along. So now what I'm going to do is finish this part up right here once I have everything done. And you can just sew a small seam there or slip stitch it, either way, and then top stitch on the top. I would top stitch just about 1/4 of an inch or less. I think this is about 1/8 of an inch on this one. So just go all the way around it. The way that you make your nice layers is to measure from here 5, 4, 5 1/2, and 6. So on those lines are where you would fold it, and you'll have a lovely little napkin for Christmas. I hope you enjoy this tutorial from Prairie Quilt. Visit us at quiltnow.com. Thanks.